Hey YouTube, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. My name is Austin, and in this video I want to give you guys a tour of our new homestead. My wife and I bought this property back in early 2021, and both of us grew up in the cities and we had zero experience in farming, in homesteading, in country life in general. And so for us, this is the great experiment. This is the story of a young couple that moves out of the city into the country and has to learn everything from scratch. We have never grown any food before. We have hardly ever raised any animals. I had a goldfish growing up. And we have almost no experience in self-sufficiency and learning to rely on ourselves for living. So we're excited to share this journey with you guys because this is totally new for us. And we thought, what a better way to start this journey, this documentation of our progress, and with a tour. Can show you guys what we're working with, what we have done thus far in the 5 months or so that we've been here, and some of the plans that we hope to do in the future years. So the first place I want to take you guys on is a tour of our garden here. When we moved in, there was a huge flat land that we knew we wanted to put a garden in, and so what we decided to do was to build a fenced-in garden that we could learn how to grow on. Building the garden was actually really difficult. We thought that we would be able to get it done within a few weeks, from like flattening the land to laying the post to putting up the fencing and even building the shed behind us. And it took us almost 2 months to finish the entire process. I think if we've learned anything thus far being on the homestead is things take so much longer than you anticipate them to take. There's so much planning and design and just hard work that goes into almost any project that you're doing on a homestead. But with all that being said, it's been worth it. We've been able to grow pounds and pounds of vegetables and fruits, and we've had such a positive yield this year with vegetables that our goal going into this was just to grow one single vegetable, and that would be more than we had ever grown in our entire lives together. And we way surpassed that. Spoiler, we way surpassed that. And it's been so cool to see the process of planting. You know, a seed is just this little seedling, and then it grows into a little plant, and then it grows into a plant that starts to produce and starts to provide and feed our family. And so we're just excited to try new recipes and to try new things, and to grow new fruits and vegetables that we maybe have never eaten before, or we really don't get to eat a lot of in city living. So that's our garden, and we've been super happy with the results so far. And I'm going to show you guys now our chicken coop. So the previous owners of this property used this building here as housing for cows, actually. So it's just a regular storage shed that they converted into a building that they could use to store their cows. They only had 2 of them, and we don't have cows. And we, as of right now, I don't think we'll ever have any intention of getting cows. And so we decided that we wanted to use this building to house their chickens and our ducks. And currently right now we have some in the back making noise. We have 4 ducks and we have 6 chickens, and they get along actually really well. They kind of, during the day when they're out free ranging, they do their own thing, but at night they get along really well and they don't cause any problems with each other. And one's staring at me right now, and our dog's making noise. And so we've been really happy with how this coop has worked out so far, and it's been really safe and secure, so we don't really have to worry about any predators at night, and we don't have to worry about leaving them alone up on this hill. So we're very fortunate that we are sitting on just under 10 acres of land, and behind me is our flatlands and our grass, and that's about 3 acres. So it really gives us options as to what we want to do with it. We've put up the garden, as we've already seen. Behind me we put up this patio, that's right there, and it really gives us options for what we could do. We also just like to have the space to run around. We have a dog, a German Shepherd, and she obviously loves the space running around. It's really funny to see her get her zoomies, as we like to call it, where she's just chasing nothing but just running in a circle. And because we have this open space in this land, we're able to do that. So I'm walking up the hill to get to the woods here, and wouldn't you guess, I almost stepped on a snake. So that's one thing that we've been very actually fortunate with, is we haven't had too many issues with predators. It's kind of funny, our first week that we were here, my wife and I were talking and we were just kind of joking like, oh, I wonder if we'll ever see a bear. And wouldn't you guess, the third night we were here, we go on a walk in our neighborhood, and we see a bear in a cornfield, and it turned around and it saw us and it just jolted up this tree. And it was just it was a cool and unique experience, but it really kind of cemented the fact that where we're living now is nothing like what we're used to. And it really got us excited for the adventures and everything that are coming here. All right, so I got to the top of the hill. I'm out of breath. If you can see behind me here, it goes all the way down, and it's about probably a 50-foot walk up to the top of the hill. But once you get here, it flattens out, and it is really cool. So you can definitely tell that we have a lot of clearing to do. There is a path and a trail that is kind of already pre-established, but there's so much to be done back here, which gets me really excited, because we want to put in some walking trails, and if possible we want to put in a little guest house here, and then maybe in the way back of the property a even smaller off-grid cabin that we can use, friends and family can use, to come and just unplug and to get away. Yeah, but that's definitely down the line a ways. We got a lot of other projects that we need to do before then. So right now I'm standing in the middle of the paths, if you will. Behind me here, there's a path that really was at one point used for a road, and we hope that we can kind of resurrect this road, because this road drives all the way to the back of our property and up some pretty big hills, and it's nice if we don't have to walk all the way up those hills. But it is a center point too for other trails that have been established here already. And so hopefully next summer sometime, we were just talking about bears and I thought I just saw one. Hopefully next summer sometime we can get these trails kind of just cleaned up a little bit, and we're hoping to get some wood chips and use that just as another connection with nature. Walking through the woods, if you've ever done it a lot like we have, you know how peaceful and how cool it can really be. One other thing that we've really loved about these woods is that there's been a ton of wild raspberries back here. And if you've ever had wild raspberries, you know they're very, well, not super, but pretty different than what you can buy from the store. They're a lot smaller. Sometimes they're a lot tartar, and it's really cool to walk to your backyard and be able to pick raspberries. All right, so the last spot that I'm going to take you guys is I have to show you our animals. Later we'll probably do a video, just a more like in-depth animal tour. But for now I just want to show you, because we have 4 ducks, which you saw, 6 chickens, 1 German Shepherd puppy, who she is 6 months old, and we have 3 kittens that are about 2 months old, and they're cute. So I'm gonna go grab them and show you guys real quick. All right, so this is one of our kittens here. She's adorable, she's so cute. During the day, we like to keep them in a kind of a little chicken run that we made for some of our chicks when they were younger, because we want our cats to get used to being outside, because they came from a barn cat family. They're going to be barn cats here, and so we want to get them acclimated to the outside as much as possible, but we still want them to be protected because they're very, very little. So we don't want any hawks or any raccoons or anything coming up and trying to pick them off as their dinner. So yeah, we have 3 cats and a dog. Like I said, we have 10 different birds of a kind, and yeah, one day we'll probably get goats, maybe pigs, but everything's a process, and we're trying to take things step by step as we go now. So that is pretty much most of our homestead. What we like is that it's really a blank canvas for us. There's a lot that we can do potentially, and it just allows us to dream bigger than we would be able to if everything was already set, if all the buildings were made, and if we already kind of had our cookie cutter plot of land. And so it's not a ton. We love it, and we hope that you'll stick around and continue to watch our progress over the next few months and years. Like I said in the beginning, my name's Austin, my wife's name is Sarah, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.